At the stage. All right, there we go. All right, people. So good to be with you right now. For those of you who are on IG, we are live on IG as well as we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And let me fix this. There we go.
For the light.
The light. Can't see anything over here. Sorry. Yeah, thank God for phalanges and feet and all of those different things where you can just kind of like.
I'm trying to think. I should have. To move it.
Sorry, actually, you're seeing this. There we go. Oh,
got it.
There we go. Because on here, I gotta be seen. You know what I'm saying?
What up, y'all?
Got some good lighting over here on IG. We got some good lighting over here on YouTube and Facebook. So if you are watching live with us, just put live. Let us know where you're actually watching in from today. We are going to get vulnerable. What's up? I see some people joining in with us. So good to be with you. Hey, listen, like, love, and share this. Sharing is caring. Liking is the right thing. Like we said, today we are going to get vulnerable. Right? So excited about this. As you can see, like I said, I have my beautiful wife. Are you excited to be on today, babe?
Yes. Hey, y'all. He let me come join him today.
No, it's not like I let you. The reality is that you finally had time in your busy schedule to be with me today. And I'm excited about it. Hey, listen, today we're talking about health is wealth. How many of you are really vested in your health? Put it in the comments if you're vested in your health. If you're investing in your health, you're trying to get stronger, you're trying to get leaner, maybe you're trying to get healthier. Some people are trying to get fitter. Either way, why don't you put that in the comments at this particular point? Put it in the comments if you're trying to get fit, healthy, wealthy, all of those different things. Put it in the comments right now. I want to see who we're talking with. And I know that there's people that are coming in and coming off. There's people here in Southern California. There's people in Texas.
Yeah.
People over in the East Coast.
East Coast, maybe.
All those great things. And so, because on the East Coast, it's what, 4:52?
Yeah, they're 3 hours ahead.
So 4:52, and Central Coast is 3:52. Right here on the Best Coast is 1:52. Hey, if you are, once again, really, truly dial into your health, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments really quick. Okay, let me make sure I got everything put up here because, like I said, today we're gonna get vulnerable. Today we're gonna, put it all
on
the table. And if you are, hello, I can't see anybody. She's over here.
I'm looking at the comments here.
God bless you. Oh, I see. God bless you. All right, cool. All right. So today we're talking about health is wealth. And so the reality is that these past 3 years have been a pretty big challenge for a lot of people across the United States, across the world. Would you say that? And the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of people who have either had loved ones pass away, from, the pandemic, different things that were happening during that time. We want to be selective with our words because we don't want to be flagged and taken down and all those different things. So, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that went through health challenges over the past 3 years, and it was pretty scary, for the time. I remember that first day, I think it was in March 15th, March 13th, March 15th, somewhere around there, where we were at our kids' school, and they had let out and they were like, hey, we're going to be out for probably the next 2 weeks. This was 2020. So we could just feel, when you reflect back, you just kind of remember that feeling of, fear, and that feeling of like uncertainty, and that feeling of, what's going to happen, to the world, that's happening, during that time. And so what about you when it comes down to like during that time of 2020, what were you kind of thinking? What were some of those?
I think at that time I was in need of a break because we've been going so much. And so for me, when the initial started, but I was like, finally, we get a break. And then it went from 2 weeks to a little bit longer than that, and then I was like, I need to break out this joint. I don't want no more Zooms. I'm tired of church online, and I just want to see people, So
Right. And so, no, that we're talking about 2020.
2020 was
there was a church online on 2020, really?
Yes, there was. That's when church online started, because the pandemic. That's why I said by the time it started off being cool, like, okay. And then after that, it's like, all right, I'm tired of this now. 2021 is like, all right, enough of this online stuff. I'm ready to be back at it.
I was selective hearing at that particular point. But anyways, and the reality is that 2020 went on, and prior to that year, I was still recovering because my little brother had passed away in 2019, and I just got to tell you all this. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where it's like things happen in your life, and then you just got to keep on pushing. Right? It's like you just got to keep on going. There's no breaks. And so our church at that time was only like 3 years old, and the reality is that so much was happening during that time. So my little brother passed away, which was a shock to everybody. And, the reality is that took a really big toll on me. I was there in Houston for about 3 weeks, and it was hard. It was very, very hard. And then right on the heels of that, my uncle actually passed away as well. One of my uncles passed away as well. And so it was just a lot of stuff happening. And the church was brand new, 3 years old, still, navigating that whole process, and, finding our voice and finding our footing, and, getting new people to come. And then some people were coming, and then some people were leaving, and it was just a lot of stuff. And then, after coming back home from, being with my parents and being with my mom and my sister down in Houston during our bereavement time, I had to come back and just hit the ground running. And I just got to let you know this, my little brother passed away in his sleep. And so for about maybe a year, year and a half, maybe would say probably till 2021, about 2021, probably almost to 2022. I was afraid to go to sleep. I was afraid to go to sleep. Like and that's the crazy thing about it. It's like when I share this story, it's like, that's the way that you would like want to go, what I mean? But like the reality is that there were so many things that were popping in my head. Like, oh man, what if, they find me, and all of those, just all of that stuff was going through my head. And so naturally I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't actually sleeping. I wasn't, I would only get maybe about 4 or 5 hours max of sleep, during that time. And my mom, she was like, boy, you need to get some sleep. No, but she was like, also, you need to get some sleep. But it just the grief and, fear and all of those different things that were happening, during that time was just keeping me up, And then of course, during 2020, man, okay, we just talked about the crazy trauma during 2020. At first it started off cool and dandy, like especially here in Southern California, where there was no smog. Remember that?
Yes.
Like there was no smog there. Like all of the smog had lifted.
No traffic.
Yeah,
because at the time I was getting myself manufactured out in LA, and before then it would be like, man, you don't want to be trying to head back to our side of town after like 2.
Right.
That'd be like 2 hours in traffic. So I was loving no traffic.
Yes.
the birds were outside singing at 4 in the morning. I was like, I haven't heard these birds ever.
I mean,
birds was happy that people were inside, like,
right. It was like,
stop polluting our air, type stuff.
And I mean, think about the oceans. Like the ocean had the bioluminescence that was happening during that time. Like you go to the beach, you see the bioluminescence, the blue oceans, and I mean, it was just a lot of crazy. And then, it just shifted, right?
Yeah.
It was like this nice utopia type of situation where people are just kind of resting, and you see families walking together and all of those things. And then it just flipped the script, and then there was, all of the mandates that were happening. There was the shutdowns, there were the shelters in place, and there's all of those things. And then, here where we live in Southern California, like it was almost like a war zone a little bit, because every single solitary night there were like Army helicopters, around and like looking for people. And I'm just like, man, this is a lot of stress. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stress. So naturally, the reality is that put on grief, put on stress, put on fear, put on overwork, put on just barely,
trying to figure things out because things did shift financially too, because a lot of your main way of receiving income was through like physically corporate trainings, going into offices and training whole teams, and then that came to a sudden halt. So that was definitely a shift in that too. Absolutely. So as how financially, how are we going to navigate through that and provide,
Absolutely.
How are we going to eat?
And so naturally, the reality is, you find friends during that time. And sometimes those friends, for me, come in the form of little Hostess cakes and and sodas, or I'm not really a soda person, but just not necessarily eating the way that I should have. And so I actually gained a lot of weight, guys. A lot of weight. I'd actually gotten to my heaviest weight of 355 pounds. 355 pounds. And a lot of people say, well, oh, you wore it well. I'm like, bruh, okay, I wore it well, but I did not feel well, So, during those times, I remember you were telling me, there are certain prayers that you were praying during that time because it was alarming you, as far as like how much weight I was actually gaining, certain things. So just kind of talk to me from that perspective, like what was going on in your head and in your heart when it was.
Well, for me, when you are married to a person that is a big visionary, and sometimes you can see, as things get blurred for them, you can see the greatness. You understand me? And at that time, I'm like, man, like, I don't want this guy to die prematurely before his time. I don't want him to not fulfill his full call because he prematurely just, ate himself to death, basically.
Right.
And I was so concerned about all that. Plus, like, it's so much things that were going on in that season where so many people were passing away, young, old, all that stuff. So
people of faith, like people that taught us faith, like, man.
So I was praying. I was like, Lord, please, we need a breakthrough for him, because this, I don't want to be raising these 3 kids by myself. You understand me? And then, I come from a background, I'm Jamaican. Hey, y'all. Hey, Pastor Calvin.
What's up?
But I come from a background of where we're healthy eaters. Everything is eat your vegetables, eat this, eat that, do this, do that, And so I was very health conscious even as a kid, growing up. And so for me as a wife, seeing him go through that, I had to pray because, of course, he was navigating some things.
And we have arguments, right?
Because, we be fighting.
Yeah.
Come on, you ain't about to leave me with these 3 kids. You better eat you some. Drop that cookie right now. And then he's sneaking stuff. Some kind of wrappers under the seats, in the car when I'm lifting the seat up because I can't see over the steering wheel. I'm finding all kind of wrappers, and I'm like, come on, man, like, And so we would argue a lot because of that, because I was so concerned about his health and not wanting him to go through, like I said, premature death. The things like a lot of times as Christians, we love to spiritualize things and be like, oh, casting out, like speaking against the devil, all this stuff, but it's really us, we're making bad choices. And I'm looking at it like, yo, dude, if you would make better choices, the reality would be different. It's not the devil. The devil ain't giving us heart attacks if we're over here consuming things that cause for our arteries to be clogged. And so anyway, but so that's what I was going through.
Yeah. So here is the paradox, right? There's the paradox, especially those who are out there who are actually wanting to shed weight, wanting to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, you want to lose some pounds, put it in the comments right now. Say, that's me. If that's you on IG, you want to lose some pounds, put me. Here's the paradox of what we have when it comes down to those who want to actually shed weight, lose weight, and actually accomplish doing that. It is the fact of the matter that it's something that you want to do, and in your head you feel like you're doing something, but it's not enough. Right? Have you ever felt like that? Like, okay, I'm going to go on this diet and I'm going to do this and it's going to be good. And you do it for like maybe 2 days and you feel like, okay, that's enough, but it's not enough, right? It's not enough. And one of the things that I always say is like, don't do your best, do what is required. Your best is not enough. So many people think that, oh, I did my best. Well, your best is not enough. In this particular case, my best wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't good for me just to walk around the block one day, or 2 days, or do 10,000 steps, or go to the gym. I had to actually eat right, because the reality is that you can go to the gym, you can do all the workouts and everything, but if you're not eating right, you'll feel great. That's the paradox, is that you'll feel amazing, but you won't look it. You'll feel great. You'll feel more energized. You'll feel more focused. You'll feel just working out, just moving your body in general. But if you're not eating right, it's like you're self-sabotaging yourself. And so that's what was happening in my life, because, we had a lot of challenges going on during that time. Like, I had a push-up challenge that was going on, but you would get some level of progress. And then because of the diet not being there, or not dialed in all the way, or, having the cheat meals or cheat snacks or whatever the case might be, making your insulin go up, you start shooting yourself in the foot. And so that's where I was, you all. And so in 2021, it actually took a shift, and it took a turn, because in 2021, in July, right before, was it right before we went on our sabbatical, or right after the sabbatical?
It was in the mix. It was after the sabbatical.
It was after sabbatical.
Yes,
yeah.
It was after the sabbatical.
Yeah, so it was after
sabbatical was like June, July, and then
Right.
It was the end of the like after we had done the whole Great Wolf Lodge,
That's right.
we did
That's
all
right.
that stuff.
That's
yeah.
right. So it was at the end of the sabbatical, we actually got the virus, and so both myself, Nova, and my daughter got it. My daughter bounced back in 24 hours. Nova, you were going through some symptoms.
It was for a week. Yeah, for the week. Yeah.
Right. And then the reality is, by the time that 10-day quarantine was over, I actually was in the hospital, y'all. I was in the hospital. I literally was in the hospital, and I was so afraid prior to going to the hospital, because one of the things that we found out during that time is, like, there's a 4-step process to heaven. Like, okay, you get the vid, you go to the hospital, you get on a ventilator, you go to heaven. Like, that was the actual step. And so I was afraid, but I still, before I went, I said, Lord, I just need your favor. I just really need your favor. And so God gave me that favor, and that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But went there, got my oxygen back up, got medication. They sent me back home 3 days later. Sent me home with in-home care. Nurses came to my house. Doctors, consulted me over the phone, over FaceTime, which was really cool. But then, then began the process of really getting back into getting to understand, okay, why did we get here? Okay. Why did we get here? How did we get here, Tori? We got here because you weren't doing what was required. Somebody put in the comments, required. You weren't doing what was required. Requirement is so necessary. I remember one of my mentors used to say this, is that in life, you don't get what you desire. You get what you require. You understand? You get what you require in life. And so the reality is that I did not require help. I was interested, but I wasn't intense. I wasn't focused. I wanted it. I desired it. However, it wasn't what I needed. So anyways, it wasn't what I was consistently pursuing in the right way. And so weight went up, even though I lost some weight. I went down like to 280, somewhere around there. And then that felt good. But then, of course, eating habits weren't right. And I wasn't really, I'm doing the things that I needed to do. And guess what? Boom, here we go. Right back up to 357 pounds, guys. And so this year I said, you know what? This has got to be different. This year, we got to do something different. I got to change. I got to shift. It's my 39th year of life, and I will be fine in 40. Okay. All right. I'm going to be fine in 40. I'm not going to be, rolling around and chunky jump or whatever the case. I got to be fine in 40. And so I began this process. I got a coach, put me on a program and all those different things. And it seemed like things were just still weren't working, even though I was doing the right things still weren't working. But then I got to the point where there was a breakthrough, that happened. And we got introduced to a company called Envision You, and so was introduced to it in 2022. However, I wasn't feeling, I wasn't ready. But in June, our friends.
But then we didn't. Sorry, no, because you're fast forwarding. We didn't talk about like what else was happening. My hair
go ahead.
Out,
oh yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so my turn to tell my story.
Okay, tell your story. Okay, sorry. We haven't rehearsed this. We just said we're just gonna get on and be vulnerable. So I'm sorry.
All right, so scoot on over. I'm joking. I'm joking. So anyway, so in that time as well, some of you all know, see, my hair has changed over the past couple years because sis is here after, we both got COVID. I ended up having COVID hair loss. So literally my hair fell out in chunks and I had to cut the whole thing down, all the way down. And
you want me to show the picture?
Yeah, he could show you all the picture. So edges was all the way back here, show y'all. Yeah. So look at my hair. So edges were all the way back. They can hear me still, right? Mm-hmm. So see how sis's edges was all the way back. And this was my chop, the first chop, not the big chop. It was a big chop, but I still kept some of the relaxer on there so it wouldn't be all the way down to the scalp, and then in April of last year is when I did the big chop, cut it off, went on natural. But there was a lot going on even within myself, women, how it go for us because our hair is our glory. Our hair is, so I was depressed,
Go ahead.
I was depressed as a result, because just having no control, edges all eaten out, hair falling out, and I couldn't do anything about it, And then on top of that, my voice went out for almost a whole year.
Right.
Could not sing, could not, really speak much. If I spoke for too long, my voice would go out. Right. So it was just a lot going on. And while it might have not right before that, I just released a song Fearfully and Wonderfully Made.
Right.
So it was just a big struggle. Like, okay, here am I'm releasing the song, but then every external thing basically started falling apart. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So she had to make the big chop and all of those great things. And I was like, your boy, I was like, I want to be sensitive to the fact. But Nova and I were friends. Okay. So we've been friends. Wait,
show them again. Look.
No, I already showed them.
Look.
Already showed them.
Look, still.
Yeah,
still,
but
I did. Yes, this is here.
So look, so we're friends. We've been friends for 19 years. So we joke on one another, right? A lot. And so Nova went through several phases of R&B superstar haircuts. Okay. So this one right here, as you can see, right here on the left, she looks like, like a doo-wop, type of, 1920s maybe or something like that. But she got to the point where like she had this whole like bird haircut up right here. She would slip these to the side. She looked like Jermaine Jackson, y'all. She did that. She went through her phase where she actually looked like Michael Jackson. Looked like Michael Jackson with the fro. Who else did you see? She looked like the Grinch.
Oh, yeah, the Grinch.
She looked like the Grinch.
And this dude, every single time I would do a hairstyle, right? This dude would go on Google and then go screenshot a picture of the different thing with the same exact thing. And we'd be there cracking up after church.
She had the little thing like the Grinch and everything. I was like, girl, you
but we can't beat him, gotta join him. So I was cracking up at myself because sis was looking. Right. Sis was looking.
So that was her story. And so she had to chop. I mean, because the reality is that Nova's always had this beautiful hair. She's very, very diligent with her hair, doesn't put a lot of heat in it, doesn't always press it and everything. I mean, I would get upset because like outside she'd be looking nice and bouncy and everything like that. But inside the house, she looked like Aunt Jemima, you know what I mean? So she got her hair always wrapped up. And I'm just like, girl, is the glory for them or is the glory for me? Because that's why I married you. Okay. I want to see the locks. All right. But anyway, so that was a hard season. And so I want to share this. We said we're gonna be vulnerable. Let me share this with you guys. All right. So that was her hair, hair loss. And here is my situation.
Oh, show it on the Instagram. Let the Instagram people
show it on.
How do I do it?
No, you just turn around. So you gotta see it. Yeah. So you guys see that? OMG, guys, look at that. Look at that. Some of the people that are on here, they go to our church. So that's what was underneath the suit.
That's one of the pastor's body.
Look at that, the pastor's body. My goodness, don't look at the pastor's body. The pastor's body is, well, it was messed up. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Wow. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Wow. Just, my goodness. It was horrendous. And the reality is it was embarrassing. And I'll tell you guys this happened to us this year. So I'm a goal-oriented person, right? So I'm a goal-oriented person. You'll see my goals all around me. If you come to my house, you'll see the picture of the home that we want to live in. You'll see my confessions. You'll see, all of these different things all around my house, because I believe in an environment of belief, that you really begin to do. So I remember declaring some of my goals to my son, my young son, Joseph. Mm-hmm. And I told him last year, I said, buddy, by 2023, mm-hmm. Guess what, buddy? Guess what's going to happen? Daddy's going to look like a superstar. I told him this last year. I was like, Daddy's going to look like a superhero. I'm going to look like, I'm going to look like Iron Man. I'm going to look like Thor. I'm going to look like an Avenger. And he was just like, yay. He's 8 years old at that time. He was like, yeah, Daddy. Oh, you're going to look so strong. You're going to look so big. You're going to look so nice. I said, yes, buddy. I said, but here's the thing. You got to help me. You got to encourage me. So he did throughout that year. But well, this year I had not reached my goal. In fact, my goal, was way, way far, from where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I told him this year, I said, buddy, Daddy, next year by this time is going to look like an Avenger. And you know what he said? He didn't cheer for me at that time. He said, yeah, but Daddy, you said that last year. Wow. He said, Daddy, you said that last year. Isn't that so crazy that out of the mouth of babes, they're watching us? And I had to recognize, wait a minute, my sons are watching me. My daughter is watching me. The people that are coming to our church, the people that I'm training, they're coaching, they're watching me. And the reality is that I am not being who I need to be. I'm not being the man of health. I'm not being the man of my word that I should be, in order for me to build personal integrity first and then have community integrity. Because the reality is, sometimes, at least for me, I can just talk for me, sometimes you want people to believe your intentions. You want people to follow your intentions, or, believe the best in your intentions. But the reality is that people can't see your intentions. They can only see who you are, or the results that you actually produce. And so I had to recognize, Torian, you are being an actual hypocrite. Yeah. You are saying things, you're telling people things, you are sharing things, you are coaching on things that you're not yourself applying. And so the thing that gave Jesus authority was that he was living what he was preaching, right? Yeah. He wasn't just giving out, great ideas or great principles or wisdom. He was actually doing it, and that's what truly makes power. That's what truly allows people to get a breakthrough or to get the actual results. And
I was going to say, because, we do live in a society now, this is a sidebar, where there are a lot of people, number one, selling products or selling an idea that they themselves have not mastered, and that's why sometimes there's a difference between those where they walk in the weight of a thing, where you can actually feel what they're saying, versus something that seems like it's just, I alluded to that. I connected to this. You ever go to there's so many great singers out there. You have those that can sing circles around people, but then there are those who sing and there is a conviction, and there's an anointing, there's a weight that does something that moves you beyond just the gift, know? Right. And I think that's how some people, and how you're saying that you have to break free from that, where you, where they build something based off of what I'm telling you to do, but not what I'm living myself, which is integrity. So
absolutely, absolutely. So I decided to do something about it. Of course, I was already with my coach, and my coach was giving me very good advice, very good coaching. It was awesome. Absolutely is awesome. He's still my coach. Bruce Lean. Everybody go look up Bruce Lean on Facebook, on IG, on TikTok. On TikTok, he has an amazing transformation, but he's been walking me through that process and been extremely patient. But I knew I had to do something as well. I needed to make sure that I was putting the right things into my body, listening to my body, listening to my what works for me nutritionally. And so the reality is that what we began to do is we actually got introduced to this wonderful company called Envision You. And so Envision You is a company that was started last year by two founders, David Menitier and Ivan Tapia. And over the course of the last 12 months, my goodness, they've done well over $25 million in sales. It's already expanded into 55 countries. And when we tried the product at first, I was like, man, when I heard about the product, I was like, okay, it looks like it, but maybe it's not for me. That was when they first started. But then 6 months later, got a chance to really hear the vision to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people with the spiritually, emotionally, and physically, and lead with the values of love, unity, trust, and integrity. And in the process, become the most respected and trusted health and wellness company in the world. And when I heard the vision, I said, you know what? I can get behind a vision like this because I've always wanted to represent a product or a company that actually had wonderful, amazing values and integrity. And we found one, and it's called Envision You. And so this is Envision You. And so this is what I've been taking right here. So this Alive bottle right here. So I do intermittent fasting. And so intermittent fasting is when you don't eat for a considerable amount of time. So you'll maybe stop your eating window at 6 p.m. For me, 6:30 p.m. And I wouldn't eat until the next day until like 12:30 p.m. So that's like a 16-hour fast. And then you have an eating window of like 8 hours, And so many times what I would do is I would push my fast out to about maybe 22 hours or 24 hours so that I can have an OMAD day, which is one meal a day. And you just eat all of your calories in that one particular meal. Well, when I tried to do it before, it would be like just willpower, like, trying to get it through. And I talked to my coach and I'd be like, yo, coach, how can I push it out a little bit more? And he said, well, just take some coffee or, take some espresso and it can push it out a little bit more. Well, I was doing that. And as a result, guess what happened? I would get the fast, of course, but I'd get there with the jitters, and then shortly after that, I'd get the crash. And so I said, well, this is something that actually helps support, balance your hormones, increases your energy, decreases your appetite, enhances your mood and promotes weight management, and then helps with your blood sugar and metabolism booster. So let me just try it. So I tried it at 7:00 a.m. I was not hungry, guys. I was not hungry. I didn't get hungry till 3 p.m. Like it was like amazing. And I had this clean energy, this focused energy throughout that time. And so I began to take it alive. And guys, over the course of the last several months, as you can see, February 5th or February 6th, that's the first weigh-in whenever I started. I started this in June. By October, I had lost close to 35 pounds, everyone, by utilizing this wonderful product that I have called Alive. And not only was the weight loss there, but of course, weight loss, it's contingent on a couple of things: hydration, drinking the right water, enough water, nutrition, but also sleep. Okay. So Envision You not only has this wonderful, amazing juice, but they have these wonderful.
And let me talk about the sprays.
Hold on just one second, because I got to tell you, because we both want to talk about stuff. We're excited about it. But these sprays, they have these sprays, these micro mist sprays that
you want to zoom in so that they can see because they're real small.
Oh, sorry. Let me take my body out here real quick. But they have these sprays, okay? I don't know if you can see this, but these sprays, and they're, no bigger than an actual, this is a pin, and as you can see, they're like no bigger than a pin. But these micro mist sprays that have like a 93% absorption rate, 8 sprays under the tongue. They have one called Dreaming, And remember, I told you my testimony that I could not sleep like 4 or 5 hours. I could not sleep. It's upstairs by the bed. That's where it is. So 8 sprays under the tongue. The very first time I took it, and it's consistently, I had the best sleep in my life. I had my REM sleep was there. My light sleep was great. I slept 8-9 hours, 8.5 hours, almost 9 hours, just beautiful sleep. And I woke up, no grogginess, just absolutely rested, all because the micro mist spray is 93% more absorption than pills and sublingual liquids and all that.
And it's all natural, so it doesn't have the fillers. Am I not, for me? Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Ladies. Hey, ladies.
Remember talking to ladies.
Hey, ladies or gentlemen. Hi, y'all. So for me, I can't swallow pills. Even they always, I wish we had a video of me trying to swallow a pill. For me, I would always regurgitate it. I've always had issue with swallowing pills, especially when I would try to take prenatal vitamins, them huge horse pills. I would have to dice it up tiny and then don't let the pills be like a gel cap, not gel cap, you know, the capsule. I'm opening it, I'm putting orange juice and I'm putting the powder on my tongue, which was so nasty. So for me, there are certain times where people would like, oh, take the multivitamins. But I'm like, they're so big, I cannot swallow them. You understand me? So I had a lot of energy issues. I couldn't go to the gym and not come home and want to crash. Mine not having so much stuff to do. So other than taking, you know, the drink and the shot, for me, this has been such a blessing because I can't swallow the pills. And so I started taking, you know, as you can see, this is all my hair. You know, it's been growing back nice and full. You know, I decided that once I started back on my healthy hair journey, I would start trying to heal myself from the inside out. So not just putting creams and oils on the scalp, but also doing the work on the inside. And so this right here, B12 spray right here. And when I started researching, what are some vitamins and some nutrients that we need as people, especially women, because we love our hair. It's our glory, you know. We love our crowns, right? We love to take care of our crowns. But what are some of the nutrients and minerals we need in order to have healthy hair growing out of our scalp? And so one of the things that I realized was that B12 deficiency can cause hair loss, you know, can cause huge amounts of shedding and balding and all those different things. And as we do get older, ladies, you know, those are the things that we become deficient in and where we need to boost ourselves up in. And so I started taking the B12 spray. And from June, I wish I had a picture, you know, from June of how my hair was not this full, you know. So while I was in New York, he started taking the shots and taking these sprays. So when I came back, I was like, okay, let me try it before I recommend it to anybody. I want to test it out for myself. I want to see how is it helping my hair? How is it helping my memory? And then like my mood, because, you know, hormonally, that time of month, you know, affects your energy. It affects everything. A whole bunch of stuff. Your marriage,
your everything, your husband.
And then even brain fog. I was getting like some horrible brain fog since after having COVID. Yeah, I have sung certain songs like 100 times. You understand me?
Right.
Because I sing every weekend. Okay. I lead worship every single weekend. And there will be times in the middle of the song, mid-song, I would forget the lyrics to a song that I had been singing for years. Mm-hmm. I've sang songs over 100, but could not remember. I would have brain freezes. So I started taking the vitamin B12, and there's some other sprays that I started taking and drinking the drink, you know, and it's been so helpful, you know, outside of just putting all the oils on your scalp, but I'm starting to heal from the inside out. And like I said, I can't swallow pills like some of you guys. And then also a lot of those pills, like it has a lot of fillers. By the time it passes through your system into your stomach, you're only getting like 15 to 20%. You're only absorbing 15 to 20% of that vitamin or that mineral or whatever you're trying to take, where this, you get 93%. And then also I started taking this one. This is called Forever Young. So it's like 8 sprays on the tongue. It's been helping me with my skin because for some reason during COVID, I don't know if it's me or whatever, but I started getting like pimples like I'm a teenager, you know? And then I was never the type to break out. So I was getting all these, like my skin not being as healthy, memory loss, hair looking like, you know, hair looking a hot mess, you know? And so with this has NMN, this is called Forever Young. So it's helpful for skin, you know, keep your skin nice and healthy, but then also it has NMN in there, which is how can I explain NMN? It's like rich.
It's like a
people
like
pay thousands of dollars to inject it into their bodies in Hollywood, you know, but it's good for your skin, you know, it's good for your hair. Yeah, it's good for hair and skin. So those are the two main things, you know, but there's, like I said, there's so many different type of sprays that we have, and it tastes good. So I don't have to fight trying to swallow a little pill or crush them anymore, you know, because I'm getting all that I need. And so I wanted to just say that because I know a lot of women, you know, a lot of us women, you know, struggle, you know, with hair loss, with our edges, with, you know, not even feeling as beautiful as we did when we were like 15 or 16, you know. And so these have been very helpful to me with the brain fog, like I said, with the hair regrowing. This is my hair.
It's all hers.
All my hair.
All hers.
All my hair. And it's been growing back nice and healthy and full, you know, since I've been doing these for a few months. And I wanted to try for a few months to see, okay, what would be the results. And then I said, okay, then I'll share it, you know, because it's working. I feel so much energy. Like one of the things I do, like some people, they say, okay, Nova, how many things do you do? You're fashion designing. We have a media company. I edit videos. So every day, you know, after hitting the gym, every day I'm in front of the computer editing videos for hours on hours of the day. And normally I'm telling you, head would be knocking around like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, where I'm like, okay, how do people go from 6 a.m. all the way to 5? I don't know how they're doing it. But it was a B12 issue for me, you know, the vitamin issue and certain things that now that we're consuming, that's been helping me. And so I thought we would share that, you know, because like it's helped my esteem, because I'm telling you, last year into the top of this year, I was struggling. I'm not even on front. I was struggling. You know, I struggled hard, you know, with it. And as much as I love to encourage people, and people are like, oh, you're so beautiful. But I struggled because all my life I've had hair, you know, and to see like my hair falling out, and then my edges, it's not just, you know, when your hair fall out, but when the edges are like all the way back here, you know.
She had a 5 head. She had a 6 head, guys. She had a 7 head. 7 heads.
Yeah, but to see see, we laugh because you won't cry like, no, but for all through last year into the top of this year, I cried. Okay. I was so when I say insecure, I mean like when it comes to my appearance, I struggled. You know what I mean? I struggled hard because I'm like, here, it's just, you know, I was struggling. So anything to help y'all, you know. And then also I'll do a future chat for you ladies, like on like some of the raw hair care products that I purchased that helps with the outside part, you know. But today we're just talking about the inside, you know, how it helped me to become alive again.
That's what we probably should have named it: health from the inside out. We were trying to figure out like what we're going to say. Health as well. Okay, so here's the thing: a lot of people ask the question, okay, Tori and Nova, how can we get more information? Well, tonight there is a live presentation at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can DM us right now. You can get more information for those of you who want information on what we're doing. Also, for those of you who are in the Southern California area, tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Tomorrow night, Thursday, November the 16th, 6:30 p.m. We're hosting an actual, what we call a vision party here at our house for those of you who actually want to try it. So people like, you know, I don't want to buy it until I try it. Well, that's totally fine. You can come to our house and you can try it. For those of you who live out of state, you know, just let us know. But here's the thing: if you want to try it, this is what you do. Go to our website. It's www.envisionyou.com/masters in the marketplace. I put it in the chat already. Okay.
Is it a .com on the end?
Yeah, .com.
You have .com.
Oh gosh, put it in there again. Sorry.
Let me do it again.
Yeah, let her do it. I did it wrong.
Typo.
Sorry.
Okay,
You have to go to our to get the discount, and to get the access to the information and all the great stuff. You got to go to the actual website. Okay, our website. That's our link. www.envisioну.com.
And if you have any questions, like let's say you want to place an order and you're trying to figure out, okay, how to place order. It seems a little bit like not confusing, but you're like, how do I do this? We could walk you through it. So just hit us up in the DM, and I could personally hit you up, FaceTime you, or call you, WhatsApp you, or call you over the phone to kind of walk you through the process of how to order, so that you could do it the right way, know?
So hold on, let me tell you this right here. Okay, so you go to our website, you hit shop, okay? So you can press explore so that you can get like an overview of all of these, because we have a live drink, and then we have the vitamin sprays, okay? And so you can actually do that. And so what she was talking about today was Forever Young, okay? So you click on Forever Young. Hold on just a second. We'll get there. But Forever Young, so you have that, so you can see gluten-free, rapid absorption, non-GMO, vegan friendly, made in USA. What is it? All of those things. So all of the information is there. Okay, key ingredients are there. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E are in that Forever Young. Also gives you some more information. So you have those. Okay, you have also, when you go to shop, you go to say, for instance, you want, what did you say, the beef or empowered?
Empowered, yeah.
So empowered spray, that's right there too. So same situation. You can get a 3-pack, 6-pack. But it gives you all the information that's in it. Okay, so you don't have to, take our word for it. You can go and do your own research on it. And here's what I love about Alive. Okay, so when you go to Live Pack, what I have going on right now, for those of you who are watching us on IG and all this, I have a 75 Alive challenge that's going on. You can get 30 shots of this Alive, these small bottles. Okay, basically it's almost like $5 a bottle. Basically, you get 30 of these. 2 ounces. All you need is a shot a day, and you can feel alive. When I tell you, this taste is remarkable. It's amazing. It doesn't taste like gasoline. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are like, oh, it's healthy for you, but it's disgusting. But here's what I love about it. Okay, see, I love the way that the company is so vested in making sure that you understand what is in this product. When you see these 9 ingredients, that's all that's in it. There's no additives. There's no sugars in it that are not naturally occurring. Okay. Yeah. So aloe vera leaf, when you look at this is one I love. The beautiful thing about this, and then we got to go, right? Yeah. Aloe vera leaf. Okay. Well, what is aloe vera? I just remember my grandmother having an aloe vera plant. What is that? Well, you click on it and it tells you all of the benefits of it. But even more, what's amazing is that it doesn't just stop at that, but you can actually read more information. And what we've been able to do, we've been able to tell you where the source is, the benefit, the holistic approach, the synergetic components that are part of it. But look, all the studies that have been done, not necessarily just by our own company, but other companies, I mean, it'll open, but you'll see it on this other side. Let me see if I can share this other part.
Oh, the people on Instagram can't see.
Yeah, people on Instagram. Sorry, y'all can't see.
We're on Facebook too.
Sorry, on Facebook. I love y'all. Y'all gonna have to go to Facebook and look at all the beautiful stuff. But you can see that we're not just, basically just saying, okay, that's what's in it and just take our word for it. No, here's the research. And you can do that for every ingredient. Okay. And you can say, look, next ingredient, boom, hit the next ingredient. Next ingredient comes up, spirulina. This is what comes up in spirulina. This is what spirulina is for. So there's all these wonderful components. Okay, everybody. So just wanted to share that, because we would love to do this is what we're doing. We get so jazzed about it. We're getting so excited about it that we don't want to just share it with people just in a product, just, hey, this is good for you. But also for those of you who are looking to earn an extra income. There's a lot of people right now with all of the gas prices rising, with all of the food prices rising. Listen, your bills are rising. Your bills have, you pay your bills residually.
Your bills got bills.
Your bills got bills. Your needs got needs. And the reality is, this is what I've learned. Listen to me very closely, okay? For those of you who are watching, those who watch the replay, those who are watching, listen to me very closely. There are people that I know that are only about $500 or maybe $1,000 away from homelessness, about $500, $1,000 away from getting their car repossessed, or having to pull their kids out of school, or having to, shift their life drastically. The credit cards are maxed out. They don't know what they're going to do. Here is an opportunity. And so if you're looking to be a person that really builds, residual income, that's what we're doing. We're helping people just on average person. You don't have to quit what you're doing, right now. Literally, you can work full-time on your job and part-time on your residual income, okay, or on your dream. And that's what we're helping people do. People are joining our business every single solitary week, and they're coming in and they're building amazing teams. Our team is not only here in Southern California, but it's growing in Tulsa. There's people that are growing in Atlanta. There's people that's growing in Florida. I mean, there's so many people that are on our team that are growing, and we want you to be a part of this if you see value in it. So if you want that more information on becoming a vision builder, DM me. I'll give you information. If you're here in Southern California, we'll give you our address where you can actually come to our house tomorrow.
Yeah, we party tomorrow. Y'all should come through.
We party
tomorrow. Come through, our peeps. If you live in the area,
come through. You live in the area, party.
Yeah, DM us. We'll send you our address if you want to come.
Look, even if you want to be like that, if you want to be a typical like Costco shopper, basically like going around getting samples, come and just get a sample, okay? Come and get a sample. That's all I can tell you. And hear the vision.
Me, I'm Costco sample.
Hear the vision of what we are doing. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely remarkable what we're about to be doing. What you're going to see happen in our life and our health and our family over the next 18 months is going to be remarkable. We would love for you to be on the journey with us. But like we said, we want to share what was going on with us and what we're doing. No, we haven't stopped doing the church. No, we haven't stopped doing any of our businesses.
Still doing everything.
Still doing everything. But the reality is that what a wonderful benefit that we have gotten from these wonderful projects. And we wanted just to share it. And maybe for you, may not be for you. That's totally fine. Either way, we wanted to share it. We love you so very much. We got to go pick up our kids now from school so they don't feel like they're abandoned.
Yes.
We love you
and
all.
Ladies, if you want another session where I talk about not just this, but some external things that I've done for my hair, hair growth and healthy scalp, just healthy in general, skin and hair. Let me know. Then I'll go live and I'll just talk about it.
Anyway. She's gonna go live anyway. So
I don't know.
It's not predicated.
But okay, so maybe I'll come back later this evening and do a live on some of the products, like just some that I buy from other companies, things that I do naturally, that I had make naturally, that y'all could, and I'll send y'all links so that y'all could check out some natural handmade products that I purchased from other companies, not just our stuff, But that's been beneficial for me. And I know that sometimes as your hair, your skin gets vibrant, it helps with our self-esteem. So I'm passionate about that. So if you need that, I'll DM me, I'll hit you up on a call, or I'll even go live. So to show like some of the things I do naturally.
All right.
I love y'all. Bye.
See y'all. Bye-bye. Thank you so very much for watching. Hey, like, love, share. Liking is the right thing. Sharing is caring. Do it today. God bless. See y'all.